So, hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nandini and I scored 632 out of 720 in NEET 2024 and currently I am preparing for NEET 2025. So, first of all, I really want to thank all of you for giving such love and support on my previous videos, and I'm really overwhelmed by your response, and I am really thankful to you all for supporting my videos and regarding the strategies for the class 12 board examination. And if you haven't watched them and you're in standard 12th, then do sure see them also. So I'll pin them down in the comment section, the link to those videos. Keeping that aside, what am I going to do in this video? So I have a part syllabus mock test today itself. So I have to revise whole of my 11th class biology, and each and every NEET aspirant can relate this with me, that we find it really difficult when it is part syllabus or full syllabus tests to revise whole of the biology, that what to do and what not to do. So it really becomes haphazard. So I just got an idea that why not share with you people also that how do I revise my entire biology of class 11th section, so that you can also get an idea and you can revise it with me only, so that you won't face any problems when the questions come, right? So in this video I'll be studying my whole of 11th biology portion, and obviously I won't be reading whole of the NCERT because it's not possible to read 19 chapters in one go, right? So I'll be taking up important points and all the weak points and weak areas and the highlighted points which I have highlighted. Okay, this is the new NCERT which I'm here having. This is the new one, and I'll also show you all my old NCERT which I have been using since class 11th. So, oh wait a minute, I think that there is problem with the lighting. Oh my god, is the light? Oh, okay. Okay, now it's okay. No. So this is my 11th NCERT which I have been reading from class 11th. So it's not in a very good condition, I would say, but every important line is marked in this, and I bet that none of the important points will go missed and unnoticed if I study this book of mine. Okay, so I'll be taking up chapters from the new NCERT also and from the old one also. Okay, so we will do a study of that, and I don't know that how much this video is going to stretch, but I bet you that you will revise whole of the NCERT class 11 with me in this video. Without any further wasted, let's get into the video. This is the new NCERT. I'm keeping it aside because I have not done the markings here in this one. I have done the markings in the other book, so I'll take up that one. Okay. A moment. Okay, so let's begin. I hope that it's clearly visible. Mangifera indica species was first described as Linnaeus. Classification is the process where anything is grouped into convenient categories. Okay. Scientific is taxa, can indicate categories at very different levels based on character. All different taxa is called taxonomy. Okay. Characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature are the processes that are basic to taxonomy. Okay. And this classification were based on the uses of organisms. This branch of study was referred to as systematics. Systematics is derived from the Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement. Linnaeus used to system. Okay, systematic takes into account evolutionary relationships between organisms. Okay, the scope of systematic will later enlarged to include nomenclature and classification. Evolutionary relationships. Okay, classification is not a single but involves hierarchical style. Each step represents a rank or a category. Since the categories are part of overall taxonomy, it is called taxonomic category. All categories together constitute a taxonomic hierarchy. Each category referred to as a unit of classification in fact represents a rank and is commonly termed as taxon. Okay. Insects represent a group of organisms sharing common features like 3 pairs of joint legs. Okay, remember, groups represents category. Category further denotes rank. Each rank contains represent unit organization. Category distinct to biological. Okay, very important line. These taxonomic groups or categories are distinct biological entities and not merely morphological aggregates. Next page. Basic requirement is a knowledge of characters of an individual or group of organisms. Okay. Species: Solanum, tuberosum, panther, specific epithet. Closely related species based on the distinct morphological differences. Each genus may have one or more than one specific epithet representing different organisms but having similar morphological similarities. For example, panther has Tigris, and Solanum include species like Nigerum and Melongena. Okay. Genus: aggregates of closely related species. Potato and brinjal are two different species. Genus: Solanum. Panthera, okay, lion is Panthera leo, leopard is Pardus, tiger is Panthera tigris, with several common features. All the species of the genus Panthera, with several common features, all the species of the genus Panthera, the genus different from the genus Felis, which includes cat. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive characters. Very important, and characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Among plants, for example, 3 different genera, Solanum, Petunia, and Datura, placed in the family Solanaceae. Different genera, which means Solanum, Petunia, and Datura belongs to different genera. Okay. Faraday and Canada respectively. Next page, please. Order. Order being a higher category is the assemblage of families which exhibit a few similar characters. Okay, few similar. Okay, lesson number to the general. Plant family like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymoniales. Okay, Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymoniales, mainly based on the floral characters. Very important line. Plant families in the order are based on floral characters. Animals like the animal order Carnivora include family like Felidae and Canidae Carnivora, and human comes under Primata. Okay, humans, man. Class. This category include related order. For example, order Primata, comprising monkey, gorilla, and gibbon, and also humans, is placed in the class. Okay, sorry. Order Primata includes human. Okay, order Primata and order Carnivora are placed in Mammalia class. Okay, class Mammalia has other orders also. Okay, phylum classes comprising animal like fishes. Phylum. All these based on the common feature like presence of the notochord and dorsal hollow neural system. Notochord are included in the phylum Chordata. Okay. In case of plants, classes with a few similar characters in the higher order division. Okay, phylum is equivalent to division in plants. Kingdom. As we go higher from species to kingdom, the number of common characteristics goes on decreasing. Very important line. Lower the taxa, more are the characteristics with a member of the taxon share. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. Very important line. Higher the category, greater. I hope it's visible, right? Yeah. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. Taxas are different, but the level is same. Okay. This table I already remember, so I need not revise it again. Taxonomical aids is omitted from the new NCERT, so questions won't be asked from that. Okay. Just overviewing, if anything important. Okay, so with this we are completed with the chapter of living world. So I am quite confident that I won't do wrong if questions come from this. Now next, biological classification. Okay, we have to cover whole of the 11th NCERT, so we won't be wasting our time reading all the lines. Okay, we will only be reading the highlighted points. Biological. Aristotle was the earliest to attempt a more scientific basis for classification. He used simple morphological characters to classify plant into trees, shrubs, and herbs. Simple morphological characters. Okay. He also divided animals into two groups: those which had red bloods, which were called as Enema, and those that did not, which were called Anema. I have written it on my own. It's not given in NCERT. System did not the two kingdom system by Linnaeus This system did not distinguish between the eukaryotes and the prokaryotes, unicellular, multicellular, photosynthetic green not with the drawbacks are of taking. Okay, beside gross morphology, a need was also felt for including other characters like stretch and mode of nutrition, habitat, method of reproduction. Okay, classification. Though plant and animal kingdom have been a constant under all different systems, the understanding of what groups are and have been changing. Okay, next page. RH Whittaker in 1969, very important year. RH Whittaker in 1969. Should I? Let me change position. Okay, I think that it's now more visible. RH Whittaker and proposed a 5-kingdom classification defined by him: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Main criteria for included cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition was the most important criteria. Reproduction and phylogenetic relationships. Okay. Main criteria include cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction and phylogenetic. Okay. Three-domain system. Okay, has also been proposed that divides the kingdom more into 2 domains, leaving the remaining eukaryotic, the third domain, that was 6-kingdom classification. Okay, new kingdom was archaebacteria included. Basis was on the sequence of 16 rRNA. And super kingdom, 3-domain system. Okay. The character. Okay. Let us look at the 5-kingdom classification to understand the issues and considerations. Let's look at the 5-kingdom classification to understand the issues and classification. Earlier classification system included bacteria, fungi, fungi, and plants. The character that unified this organ over that organ had a cell wall in the cells. I brought together the prokaryotic bacteria and the blue green algae, which unicellular and multicellular, for example, Chlamydomonas is under algae. Chlamydomonas is a single cell organism and Spirograph is a multicellular organism but placed together under algae. So, like, this is a drawback again. The classification shows the heterotrophic group fungi and the autotrophic green plants, though they all showed a characteristic difference in the cell wall. Though they also showed a characteristic difference in their wall's composition. The fungi had chitin in their cell wall, but the green plant had a cellulosic cell wall. Okay. Kingdom Protista has brought together Chlamydomonas, chlorella, earlier placed in algae within plants and both having cell walls, with Paramecium and Amia, which were earlier placed in the animal kingdom, which lack cell wall. All of them are considered in Kingdom Protista because they all are unicellular eukaryotes. Okay, we cannot neglect this table, very important. Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia, 5-kingdom. Okay, cell type: prokaryote, eukaryote. Okay, non-cellulosic. Okay, Monera have non-cellulosic cell wall with polysaccharide and amino acids. Protista mein cell wall is present in some, not all protistans have a cell wall. Fungi has chitin, cellulose absent, nuclear membrane absent. Okay, cellular. Okay, because they are unicellular. Multicellular, tissue organ system. Plants do not have organ system. You can refer it from here. Okay, multicellular, fungi or loose tissue. Okay, mode of nutrition. Monera has all type of nutritional diversity: autotrophic, chemosynthetic and photosynthetic, and heterotrophic, saprophytic, parasitic. Okay. Okay. Chemosynthetic organisms are only present in Kingdom Monera. Autotrophic protistans are autotrophic, photosynthetic, and heterotrophic as well. Fungi is heterotrophic, which is saprophytic and parasitic. They are not autotrophic. And Plantae are autotrophic, photosynthetic autotrophs, not chemisynthetic autotrophs. And holozoic, saprophytic, etc. Animalia. Okay, done. Now, this is the critical classification. This is our understanding over time and evolve from the morphological, physiological, and reproductive, but also the phylogenetic based on the evolutionary relationship. Very important. Kingdom Monera. Bacteria are the sole member. They are most abundant. Bacteria occur almost in 100 of bacteria present in handful. Extreme habitats, hot spring, desert snow. Okay, very from okay. Bacteria known for spherical coccus, Rocher bacillus, commercial vibrium, and spiral spirillum. Okay, this endospore is found in the bacillus group, not the cocci. Bacillus is rod shaped. Spore, endospore. You can see here. It's given here. Spirilla has flagellum and vibrio are comma-shaped. Done. Though the bacterial structure is simple, very complex in behavior, compared to many other organisms, bacteria as a group show the most extensive metabolic diversity. Very important line. Some of the bacteria are autotrophic, synthesize their own from inorganic substrate. Inorganic substrates may be photosynthetic autotrophic or chemosynthetic autotrophs. Vast are heterotrophs. They depend on organ data. Okay, vast of the okay. Photosynthetic autotrophs: purple sulfur, green sulfur, purple non-sulfur bacteria. So this is out of NCERT. I have written it on my own. Chemosynthetic autotrophs, nitrifying bacteria. Okay. And they synthesize their own food from inorganic substrates, not organic substrates. Okay. Archaebacteria. These bacteria are special since they live in some of the most salty area halophiles, hot springs, thermocytophiles, and marshy areas with methanogens. Archaebacteria have a different cell wall structure. Archaebacteria have a different cell wall structure and not cell membrane. Okay. Methanogens are present in the gut of cell and cow buffalo, and they are also okay. Okay. Eubacteria. There are thousands of bacteria or bacteria in the presence of a rigid cell wall. If motile, a flagellum, which is made of flagellin protein. Cyanobacteria have chlorophyll A. Cyanobacteria, also referred as blue algae, have chlorophyll similar to the green plant and are photosynthetic autotrophs. The cyanobacteria are unicellular. Okay. Cyanobacteria are unicellular. Blue-green algae. Okay. Kingdom Monera. Okay. Colonial or filamentous freshwater are generally surrounded by generation. Okay, they often form algal blooms in polluted water bodies. Some of them can fix atmospheric nitrogen, especially called heterosis, Noxica and anemona. Chemosynthetic autotrophs bacteria, which is the nitrifying bacteria. Okay, chemosynthetic bacteria oxidize various inorganic substances such as nitrate and ammonia and use a recycle nutrient. Okay, ठीक है. Heterotrophic bacteria are the most abundant in nature. Okay, because vast majority are heterotrophs. The majority of the important decomposers. The majority are important decomposers. Heterotrophic bacteria. Majority are important. Many of them have significant impact on human affairs, making cut from milk, production of antibiotics, streptomycin. Fixing nitrogen in legumes roots. Okay, they are all heterotrophic. Pathogen causing some are pathogen causing damage to human being. Crop from chlorella vibrio cholerae causes it. Salmonella typhi. Tetanosis, Clostridium name. Tetanosis, some tetany. Citrus sun canker. Xanthomonas citri. Well, cause of different bacteria. Manual fission, sometimes unfavorable, they produce endospores. Also reproduced by sort of sexual reproduction, conjugation. Mycoplasma organisms with complete lack of cell wall. Okay, mycoplasma do not have a cell wall. They are smallest living cells, survive without oxygen. Also known as geograph of plant kingdom, are pathogenic in plants and animals. Okay, can survive without oxygen. Okay, so they are facultative anaerobes, if I'm not wrong. Kingdom Protista, single cell eukaryote and Protistas, but the boundaries are not well defined. Important line. What may be a photosynthetic protist to one biology may be a plant or another. In this, include chrysophyte, dilophoid, eagle slime mold, and protozoa under Protista. Member of the primary aquatic form a link with the others. Some have flagella or cilia. Protists reproduce asexually and sexually by process involving cell fusion and zygote formation. Okay, sexual reproduction first appear in Protista. Okay, chrysophytes include diatoms and golden algae, which is testments. They are found in fresh water as well as marine. Microfold passively in water currents because they lack flagella. Plankton. Most of them are photosynthetic. In diatoms, the cell wall, okay, so both the walls are over silica, and thus the walls are indestructible. The cytosol left a large amount of dissemination of billions of reference atoms being written as a pollution. Diatoms are the chief producers of the oceans. Diatoms are the chief producers, very important line. Coming to dinoflagellates. Okay, dinoflagellates organisms are mostly marine and photosynthetic. They appear yellow, green, or brown, blue, or red depending on the main pigment present in the cell. Cell wall has this. Okay, here the cell were like in diatoms, the cell was embedded with silica. Okay, and in dinoflagellates, they have cellulose plates and on the outer surface. Most of them have two flagella, one lie longitudinal, and that transfer is formed between the ball. Red dinoflagellate, example Gonia olex, undergo rapid multiplication and links are red. Toxin released from the family. Okay, so they are photosynthetic. This is the dinoflagellate. Okay. Euglenoids. Most of them are fresh water organisms found in stagnant water, not running water. Instead of a cell wall, they have a protein-rich layer called pellicle. So they do not have a cell wall. So here we saw that protists present in some. Cell wall is present in some because Euglena is an exception. Euglena does not contain a cell wall. Protein-rich layer called pellicle, which means the body flagella also have two flagella, short and long one. Although they are 40% presence of when they can be a heterotroph. Okay, so instead the pigments of euglena are present in high plants, chlorophyll and B is omega. Pigment of euglenoids are identical to those present in the higher plants. Example, euglena. So this is euglena, B is euglena. Okay. This is slime mold like this. This is paramecium. Slime molds are saprophytic protists. Okay. Also known as false fungi, moves along decaying twigs and okay, engulfing organic, and a suitable the former and plasmodium. So okay, unfavorable, the plasmodium differentiates and form fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. The spores possess true walls. Important, the spores possesses true walls. Slime molds, spores. They stimulate from spores are dispersed by air currents, not water currents. Important line. Protozoans. All protozoans are heterotrophs. All protozoans are heterotrophs. Okay, and live as predators or parasites. They have due to primitive of animals. Four major groups: amoeboid protozoan, freshwater, seawater, moist soil. Okay, amoeboid. They move and capture their prey by putting out pseudopodia. Again, amoeba, pseudopodia. Marine form have silica shells on their surface. Marine protozoan have silica shells similar to the this diatoms. With silica, okay, diatoms. Okay, silica, some of them as entamoeba. Okay, they are putting pseudopodia as marine form of silica on the surface. Entamoeba are parasites. Entamoeba are parasites also. Okay, flagellated, either free living or parasitic. Okay, these are also free living as an amoeba and parasitic as it. I don't know amoeba is free living or not. Let's not go there. Flagellated, member of free living or parasitic. They have flagella. Parasitic form cause diseases such as sleeping sickness, trypanosoma gambians. Flagellated. Okay. Ciliated are aquatic, actively moving because they have a cilia. Because the presence of thousands of they have cavity that opens to the outside of cells. Paramecium, ciliated. Okay. Sporozoans include divers that have infectious spore-like stage in the size. They're most notorious in Plasmodium, which causes malaria. Plasmodium falciparum is the most malignant malaria. Okay. Kingdom fungi, very important. Fungi constitute okay, heterotrophic. You might see moist red okay, mushroom, okay. White spot see mustard parasitic fungus. Other cause disease from white rust. White rust causing Puccinia is important. Puccinia is the rust fungi. Unicellular fungi are filamentous. Exception is yeast. Some hyphae are continuous stable multinucleated. These are called syncytic. Okay, other have septal chlorophyll. Chitin and polysaccharide is also included. Chitin and polysaccharide is also included in fungi ka cell wall. Reproduction can take place by vegetative means, which is fragmentation, fission, budding. Budding in yeast, fragmentation and fission. Okay. Asexual reproduction is by spores called conidia or sporangiospores or zoospores. Okay, so asexual spores are conidia which is exogenously produced, and sporangio or zoospores, which are endogenously produced. And sexual reproduction is by oospore, ascospore, and basidiospores. Asco and basidios are haploid, oospore is diploid, and these are sexual spores. Just try to recall with me. Asexual spores are conidia, sporangiospores, and zoospores, and sexual reproduction is by oospores, ascospores, and basidiospores. Fine. Okay, producing distinct or fruiting bodies and sexual reproduction involves the following three steps: plasmogamy, karyogamy, meiosis, resulting in haploid spores. Okay. In some fungi, the fusion diploid, where another fusion, okay, and even come dikaryon. Important. The dikaryon into dependent nuclei, fusion of cell becomes diploid. The fungi form fruiting bodies in which reduction develops the formation of haploid spores. Morphology of the mycelium, mode of spore formation, and fruiting bodies form the basis of the classification. Morphology of the mycelium, mode of spore formation, and fruiting bodies form the basis for the division of kingdom into the various classes. Various classes. Division of the kingdom. Kingdom, phylum, class, order. So kingdom will be differentiated into different phylums and then into different class. Okay. Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidio, and Deutero. Members of the Phycomycetes are found in aquatic habitats on decaying wood in damp places or obligate parasites on plant. Mycelium is aseptate, so therefore cenocytic. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores. Here we saw zoospores are asexual spores, or by aplanospores. Okay, so aplano is not given here, but aplano is also a sexual spore which is non-motile. These spores are endogenously produced in the sporangium. A zygospore is formed by the fusion of two gametes. Okay, zygo and zoo are different spores. These gametes are similar in morphology, isogamous, or dissimilar, aniso or oogamous. Some common examples are mucor, rhizopus is the bread mold, and albugo is the parasitic fungus, or mustard. Mustard parasitic fungus is albugo. Mucor and rhizopus are Phycomycetes. Okay. Ascomycetes is commonly known as the sac fungi. So sac you can get from here only, ASC, SAC. So ascus sac. Sac fungi, Ascomycetes are mostly multicellular because unicellular yeast is also there. So mostly is written. Penicillium is Ascomycetes. Saprophytic, decomposer, parasitic, coprophilous, growing on dung. Mycelium is what? Mycelium is branched and septate. Okay, so it is not aseptate and cenocytic, it is branched and septate. Asexual are conidia, exogenously produced from a special mycelium called conidiospores. Asexual spores, conidia. Conidia on germination produce mycelium. Mycelium is branched and septate. Sexual spores are called ascospores, which are produced endogenously in sac-like asci. These are asci arranged in different type of fruiting bodies called ascocarps. These asci are arranged in different type of fruiting bodies called the ascocarp. Some example are Aspergillus, Claviceps, Neurospora. Aspergillus, okay. Claviceps and Neurospora. Neurospora is extensively used in biochemical and genetic work. Many members like morel and truffles are edible delicacies. Basidiomycetes commonly form of basidio are mushrooms, bracket fungi or puffballs. Grow in soil, log, tree stumps, and living plant body as parasite. Example: rust and smut. Rust is Puccinia, smut is Ustilago. Mycelium is branched and septate, as in Ascomycetes. Asexual are generally not found. Asexual spores are generally not found. Here the asexual spores are conidia, and here the asexual spore was aplano and zoospores. In Phycomycetes, try to remember and recall with me. Okay, so mycelium is branched and septate. Asexual are general, but vegetative reproduction by fragmentation. Okay, sex organs are absent. Again, asexual spores are absent in Basidiomycetes. Asexual spores are absent, and also the sex organs are absent. Okay, but plasmogamy is brought about by the fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of different strain or genotypes. Resultant is a dikaryon, which ultimately gives rise to basidium. Dikaryotic stage is there, N plus N stage, dikaryotic stage in Basidiomycetes, which ultimately gives rise to basidium. Karyogamy and meiosis takes place in the basidium, producing 4 basidiospores are exogenously produced. Ascospores are endogenously produced, basidiospores are exogenously produced, and conidia is exogenous also, produced on the basidium. The basidia are arranged in fruiting bodies called basidiocarp. Okay, ascocarp, basidiocrab, fruiting bodies. Agaricus is mushroom. Ustilagos is smut fungi. Puccinia is the rust fungi. Deuteromycetes reproduce only by asexual spores. So यहाँ पे asexual spores are absent and here sexual spores are absent. And sexual spores में कौन कौन थे? Oospores and zygospore, if I'm not wrong. Oospores थे, ascobacillus तो थे ही, and zygospores form of this fusion of two gametes. Okay, so zygospore नहीं थे. ठीक है. Sexual spore deuteromycetes में नहीं होते हैं. Only by asexual. Okay. And asexual spores may be which one? Conidia, which was the same as the ascomycetes. Mycelium is septate and branched, septate and branched, septate and branched. Only aseptate and xenocytic is the phycomycetes from mycelium. Chalo, done. Fungi. Okay. Okay, so fruiting body is the ascocarp. Okay. Ascus. Okay, inside the... Okay, I guess the collection of ascus is ascocarp. And inside the ascus, ascospores are present. Kingdom Plantae, few members are partially heterotroph, such as insectivorous are partially heterotroph. Okay, insectivorous or parasitic. Bladderwort, Venus flytrap, example of insect, and Cuscuta is a parasite. Life cycle of a plant is two different: diploid, sporophytic, and haplot, gametophytic. All duration of generation is present. Okay. Kingdom Animalia, the internal cavity and stools of the glycogen or fat. Sexual reproduction and copulation. Okay. Now virus prion, again very important. In five kingdom of there is no mention of lichens like virus prion. Okay. They are not considered truly living. Okay, viruses are non-cellular organisms that are having an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. Inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. They are non-cellular organisms. Fine. Okay. This is the TMV. TMV, I am not wrong. TMV has RNA as the genetic material and bacteriophage. Okay. Bacteriophage, I guess, has DNA. Once they went okay. The name virus, that means venom or poisons, was given by Louis Pasteur. There has to be a correction over here, but that our teacher told us that there has to be a correction. Virus name and means venom was given by Louis Pasteur. Dmitry Ivanovsky in 1892 recognized certain microbe called the mosaic disease of tobacco. They were found to be smaller than the bacteria because they pass through the bacteria. Okay. M.W. Bajernick in 1898 extract of the intestinal tobacco in healthy plants and called Contagium vivum fluidum, infectious living fluid. M.W. Bajernick, 1898. W.M. Stanley crystallized and crystal largely of protein. They are inert also the specific obligate parasites. Okay, in 1935, 1898. Okay. Contagium vivum fluidum was the term given by M.W. Bajernick. Okay. In addition to proteins, viruses also contain genetic material. Protein is the outer protein coat. They could be either RNA or DNA, but not both. A virus is a nucleoprotein. Nucleoprotein, why? Because nucleic acid is the genetic material and protein is the outer protein coat. Okay, genetic material is infectious. In general, viruses infect plants. Okay, plant viruses. Plant viruses have single-stranded RNA, or in the single-stranded RNA, and that infect animals. The ones who infect animals, I hope it's visible. The lighting is proper, right? Okay. And viruses that infect animals have either single or double-stranded RNA. Okay, so RNA can be single-stranded or double-stranded in case of animal infecting. In fact, animals can either have single double-stranded RNA or double-stranded DNA. Double-stranded DNA. Matlab single-stranded DNA won't be there in animal infecting viruses. Okay. Bacterial viruses. The ones which infect the bacteria or bacteriophage are usually double-stranded DNA viruses. Bacteriophages. Okay. Protein coat are called capsid, mid of small capsomeres. Protecting nucleic acid, the capsule helical or polyhedral geometric form. Viruses causing disease like mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. Okay. AIDS is also caused by a virus. In plant, the symptom can be mosaic or leaf curling. Okay. Viroids in 1971, T. O'Diner discovered a new infectious agent that was smaller than the virus, caused potato spindle tuber disease. Pruritus Mendel disease is caused by viroids. It was found to be a free RNA which lacks protein coat. Okay, it lacked the protein coat that found in viruses and viroid. The RNA is of low molecular weight. Prions. In modern medicine, certain infections, neurological diseases were found to be transmitted by an agent consisting of abnormally folded protein. Okay, agent was similar to size in virus. Similar to size in virus. These are smaller than viruses. They are similar. Called prions. Most notable disease is called bovine spongiform encephalopathy, commonly called the mad cow disease in cattle, and its analogous variant CR-Jacob disease in humans. Okay, Creutzfeldt, if I'm not wrong, Creutzfeldt or something. CR का full form is. Lichens are symbiotic between algae and fungi. Algal component is phyco and microbiont. They respectively algae prepared food and fungi provide shelter of the okay. They do not grow in polluted areas. Done. Summary. First proposed by Aristotle on the basis of simple morphological characteristics. Biological classification was first proposed by Aristotle on the basis of simple morphological characters. In the 5 kingdom classification, bacteria are included in the monera. Bacteria are cosmopolitan. Most extensive metabolic diversity is seen in bacteria, but most extensive morphological diversity is seen in fungi kingdom. If I am not wrong here, it's given on somewhere. Great diversity in morphology. Please ignore the sound. Okay. Bacteria may be autotroph or heterotroph in the nutrition kingdom. Protista include all the single cell eukaryote, rhizophyte, and okay. Most fungi are saprophytic. Most fungi are saprophytic. Okay, most fungi are saprophytic. Let's get into the table ones. Okay, saprophytic because there are parasitic also. So most of them are saprophytic, not all. Phyco, Ascobacillium, these are the 4 classes. Okay, so these are the classes under this kingdom. Or the eukaryote, chlorophyll containing. This planting includes all the okay, algae, parasitic. The life cycle of plant exhibit alternation of generation, gametophytic and protophytic. Okay. Some acellular organisms like viruses are acellular or non-cellular, and lichens are cellular. Okay. Done. Finally. Okay, let me drink water once. I'm speaking for such a long time. Okay. Done. Plant kingdom. Half of it is vanished or not. Wait a minute. This is my new NCERT. I do have a new NCERT, but things are not now here. So, just a minute. This is given up to page number 34. So, I need to have 35 pages on that. Okay, I got it. Okay, so beginning with plant kingdom. I hope that you are all excited. Okay, I am doing a good job or not, please let me know in the comments if you watched the video till here. Okay, now plant kingdom. Okay, important points. The earlier system of classification used only gross superficial morphological characters such as habit, color, number and shape of the leaves, etc. They were based mainly on the vegetative characters and not on the Androecian structured system given by the Linnaeans. The classification of the early system of gross morphological habit, color, number, and shape of the leaves, etc. They were mainly vegetative and not on the structure given by such systems were artificial. So, okay. Artificial system of classification was given by Linnaeus. They were based mainly on vegetative characters and not on the Androecian structure. Okay, artificial. They separated the closely related species. They were based on a few characteristics. Okay. Also, the artificial gave equal weightage to vegetative and sexual characteristics. Very important line. Artificial gave equal weightage to vegetative and sexual characters. Not acceptable since we know that often the vegetative are more easily affected. Okay, often the vegetative are more easily affected by the environment as against this natural classification system developed, which were based on natural affinity among the organisms and considered not only the external but also the internal features like ultrastructure, anatomy, embryology, and phytochemistry. Such a classification of life was given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. Okay, natural system was given by Bentham and Hooker, and the artificial was given by Linnaeus. I hope that the lighting is proper. I hope so. Okay. Now, at present, phylogenetic classification system is the most recent one, based on evolutionary relationship between the organisms are acceptable. Okay. More important than the numerical taxonomy, which is now a computer, is based on all observable characteristics. Okay, you know what? These lines would, as it is come in the question, and you will have to answer accordingly. So just remember the lines. All observable characteristics, number and codes are assigned to all the characteristics, and data are then processed, and each character is equal to 100 of character can be studied. Okay, this is all for numerical taxonomy. Cytotaxonomy is based on cytological information like chromosome number, structure, and behavior. And chemo is uses the chemical constituent in the plant to solve confusion. Okay, chemical constituents, chemotaxonomy, cytological information, cytotaxonomy, and all other are from numerical taxonomy, codes and numbers. Okay, we will get from that keyword. Fine. Come to algae. Algae are chlorophyll being simple cell or largely aquatic organism. Okay, milestone. Okay. Some of them occur in association with fungi and animal. And don't stop here. Okay. The form and size of high colonial form like volvox is the colonial algae, and filamentous, urothrix, and spirogyra of marine forms such as clam. Okay. Algae reproduce by vegetative, sexual, and asexual and sexual method. Vegetative is also there. Sexual is also asexual is also there. Sexual is also there. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation. Okay, each fragment different thallus. Asexual is by production of different types of spores. The most common being the zoospores. Remember, we studied zoospores and aplanospores in the fungi wala portion also. So they are asexual spores. Most common is the zoospores. They are flagellated, motile, and generally related to news plants. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. I hope that the lighting is proper. Oh, yeah. Why do I feel that the lighting is improper? Just give me a second. Okay, let it be. Okay. They are flagellated. Most commonly, they are flagellated on sexual reproduction takes place through the. They are flagellated, motile, and on germinated. Sexual reproduction takes place with the fusion of two gametes. These gametes can be flagellated and similar in size as the urothrix, or non-flagellated but similar in size, which is known as isogamous in spirogyra. So ulothrix and spirogyra. Ulothrix में they are flagellated, flagella present. Spirogyra में flagella is not present. Okay, flagellated and similar in size, and non-flagellated but similar in size, which means that this is for isogamous. Okay, such reproduction is called isogamous. Okay, fusion of two gametes dissimilar in size, as in the species of Eutorina, is termed as anisogamous. Fusion between one large and non-motile, as in human, which is the egg, which is the static female gamete, and a smaller motile male gamete is termed as oogamous, which is in volvox and fucus, and volvox is the colonial algae. We studied here only, no? Volvox, colonial form. Okay, glimpse of the image based. This is volvox, daughter parental. This is ulothrix. Ulothrix means how the flagella was present. Ulothrix means flagella was present. Now these are the brown algae. Oh my god, my throat is paining. I have not spoken for such long. That is why. Should I break the video into parts or what? I'm continuously speaking from 45 minutes. गले का बैंड बच गया. Okay, I'll wrap up. I'll first continue till animal kingdom. उसके बाद ही देखते हैं क्या करना है. I hope that I'll be able to do it. This is laminaria, fronds type holdfast. This is a fucus because there is an F-shaped structure here. Air bladder, frond is the lamina, midrib, and the holdfast. Okay, air bladder is here, frond, midrib, holdfast, fucus, and this is dictyota. Dictyota is also a brown algae, frond and stipe. Stipe is the holdfast, if I'm not wrong. Okay, this is porphyra. And this is Polysophonia. These are red algae. Main axis branches. Okay. Algae are useful to man. Okay. Many species of Porphyra, Laminaria, and Sargassum are among the 70 species of marine algae used as food. 70 species. Marine brown algae and red algae produce large hydrocolloids, phycocolloids, water-holding substances. Example: algin, brown algae. laminaria fucus and sargassum produces algin, and carrageenan is produced by Chondrus crispus, which is a red algae, which are used commercially. Agar is one of the commercial producers. Gelidium racellaria, these are also red algae. Iceland jelly, okay. 3 main classes, okay. Rhodophyceae, Chlorophyceae, and Phaeophyceae. So Chlorophyceae, most advanced and similar to the higher plants. Member green algae, maybe unicellular Chlorella filamentous, usually have the A, B, okay. Okay. I'll give you a short trick. Green algae, brown algae, red algae. Okay, is it visible? Yeah. Green algae, brown algae, red algae. A is common in all, and then B, C, and D. भसड़ बची हुई है अभी तो फिलहाल दिमाग में, बट ठीक है. So you can remember that's a short trick. Okay, the pigments are localized in different chloroplasts. Chloroplast may be discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shaped, spiral, ribbon-shaped, different species. One or more storage body called pyrenoids contain protein beside starch, and I'll show you here. Starch is on the outer side and protein का hub होता है. So remember it also. It can come in the exam. Very important. Okay. The chloroplast may be discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shaped, pyrenoid. Most of the members have one or more storage called pyrenoid located in the chloroplast. Pyrenoid contain protein besides starch. Okay. Some algae may store food in the form of oil dropping. Inner layer of cellulose and outer layer of pectose. Very important. Inner cellulose का होता है, outer pectose की होती है. ठीक है. Vegetative uses for fragmentation or by formation of different types of spores. Okay, algae में most common is the zoospores. Asexual is by the flagellated zoospore produced in the zoosporangia. ठीक है. Sexual reproduction is within the type of maybe iso and isogamous you saw in the previous only page. Some commonly fall Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Ulosix, Pyrocara, and Cara. Chlamydomonas is a unicellular, so it is placed in kingdom Protista. Okay, it is a green algae, but it is not an algae. It is a Protista. It is a Protistan, I would say. Unicellular eukaryote, no? Okay. So yeah, Phaeophyceae. Wait a minute, I want to see something. Chlorella is also unicellular. Chlorella and Chlamydomonas. Chlorella is also in Chlorophyceae. The member of the Phaeophyceae or brown algae are found primarily in the marine habitats. Brown algae. Great variation in size and form. Range of simple branched filamentous form ectocarpus to profusely branched forms represented by scales. Okay. Simple branched filamentous is ectocarpus and profusely branched is scalp, which may reach out to height of 100 meters and not 1010 meters. It is 100 meters. Possess chlorophyll A and C, carotenoid and xanthophyll. Very important. Xanthophylls range in color from yellow. Xanthophylls are yellow in color and carotenoid is yellow to yellow-orange. Very important. People may make mistakes. Chlorophyll A is blue to bright green or something, and xanthophyll is yellow and carotenoid is yellow to yellow-orange on a chromatogram. Okay. Vary in color from olive green to various shade of brown depending on the amount of chlorophyll pigment, which is the fucoxanthin. They may vary in color from olive green to various shades of brown. The amount of xanthophylл pigment, fucoxanthin, present in them. Okay, fucoxanthin is present in brown algae. Okay, all brown algae are not brown in color. The largest algae is kelp, which is the Phaeophyceae. Underwater forests they form and they are primarily marine. Okay, fucoxanthin present in them. Okay. Food stores a complex carbohydrate which may be in the form of laminaria or mannitol. Vegetative cell have a cellulose covered by algin. Okay, here also we saw algin produced by brown algae. Okay, protoplast contain, in addition to plastid, a centrally located vacuole and nucleus. Plant body is usually holdfast and has a stalk, which is the stipe. Plant body is usually attached to the substratum by a holdfast. Here we saw a holdfast, and stipe is what? Stalk is the stipe. Leaf-like photosynthetic organ, which is the frond or lamina. Vegetative by fragmentation. Okay, asexual is most common in most brown algae by biflagellated zoospore. okay, that are pear-shaped, pyriform, and two unequal laterally attached flagella. Very important point, like frequently asked in exams. Biflagellated zoospores that are pear-shaped and have two unequal laterally attached flagella. Sexual reproduction may be iso, aniso, or oogamous. Also, here also there was aniso and aniso, oogamous. Union of gamete is water, okay, or within the oogonium in oogamous species, okay. Union of gametes. The gametes are pyriform. Gametes are also pear-shaped, which is pyriform. Zoospores are pyriform. Gametes are also pyriform and bear two laterally attached flagella. The common form are ectocarpus, dictyota, laminaria, sargassum, and fucus. Common forms are ectocarpus, हैप्लोडिप्लॉन्टिक लाइफ साइकिल होती है इसकी. डिक्टायोटा की भी हैप्लोडिप्लॉन्टिक होती है. sargassum and fucus की डिप्लॉन्टिक होती है लाइफ साइकिल. laminaria. Okay, so these are all brown algae. Rhodophyceae, the member of rhodia are commonly called red algae. Predominance of the red pigment are phycoerythrin, not phycocyanin. Cyanin is for blue. Okay, erythrin has R, so it is for red, and a majority of the red algae are marine. Okay, they are marine. These are also like primarily marine is for Phaeophyceae. Red algae are found in the warmer areas and not colder areas. They can both violate and close to the person. Great depth. Great depth पे we find red algae. Deepest algae, oldest algae, living fossil, and are phycocyanin on the surface of H2. जो भी surface of H2 पे होता है उनमें are phycocyanin होता है. Okay. Red thalli are multicellular. Some of them have complex body. Food is source of Floridian starch, which is very similar to glycogen and amylopectin in structure. Very important line. Usually reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation and asexually by non-motile. Please remember, motile stage is absent in the life cycle of red algae. Motile stage, nowhere you will find motile stage. So asexual also reproduction takes by non-motile spores and sexually by non-motile gametes. Okay, gametes are also non-motile. Therefore, the sexual reproduction is oogamous and accompanied by complex post-fertilization development. Very important line. This is a characteristic feature of Rhodophyceae. Okay, the common member are Polysophonia, Porphyra, and Gelidium, Gracilaria, and Gelidium. Okay, it's not visible. Gracilaria and Gelidium, which produces agar, if I'm not wrong. Agar is one of the commercial products from Gelidium and Gracilaria, Polysophonia, and Porphyra. See, Porphyra is a red algae, and here also many species of Porphyra, matlab red algae also, and Laminaria among the 70 species of marine algae used as food में we use Porphyra. मतलब food में all the three algae are used, क्योंकि space travelers use chlorella. Space travelers, I feel that they take chlorella only, if I'm not wrong. Chlorella, unicellular algae and protein, rich in protein. Chlorella, and Porphyra is red algae, and these are marine algae, so they are used as food. So all of them are used. Okay, moving to the bryophytes. Bryophytes include various mosses and liverworts that are found commonly growing in the moist shaded area in the hills. Let's see. The archegoniophore is very well developed and very well presented. So you know that women likely, I'm not stereotyping it, but likely women are used to present themselves in a very better condition, not like male. And men, they kind of like are okay in being haphazard and in being a bit clumsy, but women tend to present themselves in a good way. So archegoniophore, like the one which has a good presentation is the archegoniophore, and the one which is like avine is the antheridophore. Archegonia and antheridia, female and male. Gemmacups, rhizoids, okay. Unisexual होती है. Mercantia, a liverwort, bryophyte, female thallus, male thallus. Mosses contains Funaria and sphagnum. This is Funaria, this is sphagnum. Okay. Archegonial branches, antheridial branch ऊपर है, archegonial branch is on the lower side, and this is Funaria. So this is sporophyte, gametophyte, which means that is bisexual. Funaria is bisexual. Okay. Monoecious. Capsule, seta, food, seta, capsule, leaves, main rhizoids. Okay. Okay. Bryophytes are also called amphibians of the plant kingdom. Because of the dependence on sexual reproduction, a condemned human state plants is okay. The main plant body is haploid, produce multicellular. Sex organs in bryophyte are multicellular and jacketed. Male is called the antheridia. Produce biflagellated antherozoids. Female is called the archegonium, is flask shaped and produce a single leg. Okay. Antherozoid archegonium fuses with the zygote. Zygote do not undergo reduction division immediately. They produce a multicellular body called the sporophyte. Not free living, but some also produce haploid spores. Germinate to produce gametophyte. Bryophyte are of little economic. Economic importance is less, but mosses provide food for herbaceous mammal, birds, other animals. Mosses species of fungi. Ecological importance is there. Economical importance is less. Provide food for herbaceous mammal, birds and other animals. Species of sphagnum, which is a moss. Here only we saw sphagnum, which is a moss. Sphagnum की gametophyte है ये. Okay, so bryophytes, sphagnum or moss provide peat that have long been used to fuel as packing material from transport capacity to hold water. Mosses along with the lichens. Along with the lichens, which means that first lichen and then mosses are the first organisms to colonize rock and hence are of great ecological importance. So bryophytes are of great ecological importance and not economical importance. They decompose rock, making the species of the good of high plants. Since mosses are found dense matter in the soil, they reduce the impact of falling rain and prevent soil erosion. Mosses form dense matter on the soil, they reduce the impact of falling and prevent soil erosion. The bryophytes depend to liverworts and mosses. Okay. Liverworts grow usually moist, shady habitat, bank of marsh around. Okay. Plant bodies thalloid, marcantia, dorsiventral member have tiny like structure. Leafy members, which is porella. Asexual reproduction takes place by the fragmentation of the thalli or the formation of structure like called gemma. Okay. Specialized structures called gemma. Gemma is for asexual reproduction in liverworts, takes place by fragmentation or by the formation of structures like gemma is peculiar to liverworts. Gemma are green, multicellular, asexual, which develop in small respectable called gemma cups located on the thalli. The gemmae become detached from the parent body and germinate to form new individual. During sexual reproduction, the male and the female sex organ are produced either on the same or on different thalli. Different is for marcantia and rixia में same होती है. The sporophyte between fruit, seta and capsule. After meiosis, spore produce. The capsule में spore produce होती है. The spore germinate to form free living gametophytes. Gametophyte is free living in case of bryophytes. Mosses predominant is gametophyte, which consists of two stages. Gametophyte of mosses has two stages. First is the protonema, which develops directly from a spore. Protonema is a creeping, green, branched and frequently filamentous stage. Second stage is the leafy stage, which develops from the secondary protonema as a lateral bud. It consists of upright slender axis bearing spirally arranged leaves that are attached to the soil through multicellular and branched rhizoids. Multicellular and branched rhizoids are present in mosses, which is sphagnum. Okay. Funaria, multicellular and branched rhizoids are present. Okay, vegetative reproduction. Okay, this stage bears the sex organ, which is the gametophytic stage, and not the sporophytic stage. Vegetative reproduction in mosses is by fragmentation, okay, and budding in the secondary protonema. In liverwort it was by fragmentation and the gamete cup formations. And here it is budding in the secondary protonema, not primary protonema. Okay. Leafy stage develops from the secondary protonema and budding also takes place in the secondary protonema. Sexual reproduction, the sex organ antheridia are produced in the apex of the leafy shoots. After fertilization, the zygote development into a sporophyte consisting of a fruit and a capsule. The sporophyte in mosses is more elaborate than that in liverworts. The capsule contains spores. Spores are formed after meiosis. Okay. The mosses have an elaborate mechanism for spore dispersal, which is the peristomial teeth out of NCERT. Common examples are Funaria, Polytrichum, and Sphagnum. Polytrichum is a moss. Funaria and Sphagnum. Pteridophyte include horsetail and ferns. Kingdom, phylum, class. Kingdom Plantae, phylum or division. Division is Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymno, and Angio. And Pteridophyta के classes are Sphenopsida, Pteropsida, Lycopsida, and Sphenopsida. 4 classes, if I'm not wrong. I'm just recalling it on my own. I'm not providing any proof for this. But if I'm not wrong, then Sphenopsida, Pteropsida, Lycopsida, Psilopsida, Pteropsida, क्या मैं बोल रही हूँ? Psilopsida, Sphenopsida, Pteropsida and Lycopsida. 4 है शायद. जो भी है, NCERT में the pteridophyte include horsetail and ferns. Okay, horsetail and ferns. Horsetail are in Sphenopsida and ferns are in Pteropsida. Pteridophyte are used for medicinal soil binders. They are ornamental plants. They are the first sedated plant to possess vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. Bryophyte did not have. You shall study more about the chapter 6 anatomy, if I'm not. Tissues and anatomy. Pteridophyte and cool damp study. Okay. Bryophyte is dominant in the light gamma. However, pteridophyte the main part is sporophyte. Pteridophyte में sporophyte is the main part body. Differentiated into true root, stem and leaves. वहाँ पे तो it was food seta and capsule. Here it is true root, stems and leaves. Organ vascular tissue. Okay, leaves microphyllous होती है as in Salaginella and macrophyllous as in fern. The sporophyte bear sporangia. The sporophytes bear sporangia that are subtended by leaf-like appendages called sporophylls. In some cases, sporophyll may form distinct compact structures called strobili or cone, which is Salaginella and equisetum. The sporangia produce spores by meiosis in spore mother cells. Okay, spores germinate to give rise to inconspicuous, small but multicellular. Inconspicuous means not clearly visible, small but multicellular, and photosynthetic also. Okay. I guess like this. Multicellular, free living. Okay, यहाँ पे it's free living, it's not parasitic. Photosynthetic, mostly photosynthetic thalloid gametophyte called prothallus. Protonema is in mosses. Just recall, protonema in mosses, prothallus in pteridophyte. Protonema of mosses. My throat is just on the verge of giving up. Oh God. Spores germinate to give rise to inconspicuous, small but multicellular, free living, mostly photosynthetic thalloid gametophyte called prothallus. Gametophyte require cool, damp, shady place to grow because of the specific restriction they need for water for the spread of temperature. Now, okay, the gametophyte bear, okay. The gametophyte bear male and female sex organ called antheridia. Gametophyte has the sex organs and not the sporophyte. Here also, gametophytic stage bears the sex organ, mosses maybe. Okay, respectively, water is required for the transfer of antherozoids. The male gametes released from the antheridia to the mouth of the archegonium. Water is required. Fusion of male and female gamete. Male gamete with the equivalent of the archegonium and the formation of zygote is therefore multicellular well-differentiated sporophyte. Multicellular well-differentiated sporophyte, two root leaf stems, is the dominant phase of the tetrapod, which all the spores are of same kind but called homosporous. Genera like Selaginella and Salvinia, which produce two types of macro and micro, are known as heterospores. The megaspores and microspores germinate and give rise to female and male gametophyte respectively. Micro is for male mostly and mega is for female. Female gametophyte is retained on the parent sporophyte for variable periods and not for a fixed period. It's for variable period. Development of the zygote into young embryo take place within the female gametophyte. This event is precursor to the seed habit, which is seen in pteridophyte. मतलब कि the event which is precursor to seed habit is seen first in the pteridophyte. Considered an important step in evolution. The pteridophyte have 4 classes. See, okay, this is given in NCERT. Psilopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida, Pteropsida. I was right. Psilopsida contains xylotum, Lycopsida contains Lycopodium and Selaginella, Sphenopsida has equisetum, and Pteropsida has Triopteris, Pteris and Adiantum. Okay, so Pteridophyta is done. Now let's get into gymnosperms. So gymnosperms, gymno means naked and sperm means seeds of plants in which ovules are not enclosed and remain exposed. Okay, gymnosperm include medium-sized, tall trees and shrubs. What is the gymnosperm? A giant red one of the gymnosperms, the giant red wood tree sequoia, is one of the tallest tree species. The roots are generally taproots. Okay, so gymnosperms mein taproots are there. Roots in some genera have fungal association in form of mycorrhiza, as in Pinus, and other in Cycas have small specialized roots called coraloid roots. So C for Cycas, C for coraloid roots, and mycorrhiza in C is Pinus. Coraloid roots are associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Unbranched in Cycas, how will you remember? Cycas is like this, and if you tilt it, it becomes U. So Cycas is unbranched, and B this is, so branched is Pinus and Cetrus. So don't tell that now Cetrus, C and all. So Pinus and Cetrus you have to remember together, and Cycas is unbranched. Leaves may be simple or compound. Okay, Cycas, the pinnate leaf persists for a few years. Pinnate leaf is present in Cycas. Leaves in gymnosperm are well adapted to withstand extreme conditions of temperature, humidity and wind. In conifers, we all know that needle-like leaves reduce the surface area. Thick cuticle is there. Sunken stomata is there, which helps to reduce water loss. Sunken is deep-seated. Now, gymnosperms are heterosporous. Pteridophyte mein most of them were homosporous. Only heterosporous was Salvinia and Selaginella. Gymnosperms are heterosporous. They produce two kinds of spore, haploid micro and mega. The two kinds are produced within the sporangia that are borne on sporophylls, which are arranged spirally along an axis to form lax or compact strobili or cones. So, lax or compact strobili is known as cone, and sporophylls are arranged spirally along an axis to form cone. Strobili bearing microsporophylls, and microsporangia are called microsporangiate or male strobili or male cone. And this microspore develop into a male gametophyte generation, which is highly reduced and is confined to only a limited number of cells. This reduced gametophyte is called a pollen grain. Okay, so male gametophyte is the pollen grain in gymnosperms. The development of the pollen grain takes place in the microsporangia, cones bearing megasporophylls with ovules, or megasporangia are called megasporangiate or female strobili. The male and the female cone or strobili may be on the same tree, Pinus. However, in Cycas, the male cone megasporophylls. Now here is a catch. Male or female cone or strobili may be born on the same tree, which is bisexual or monoecious, as in Pinus. However, in Cycas, male cone though is present, but female cones are not present. Therefore, megasporophyll has been written over here. Are born on different trees, which is unisexual, which is dioecious. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cells of the nucellus. Megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cells of the nucellus, and the megaspore mother cells meiosis happens, and then four megaspore mother cells meiosis happens, and 4 megaspores are produced, and one of them 3 of them regenerate, and one is further taken. Nucellus is protected by envelopes in the composite structure is called an ovule. Ovule is the integumented megasporangium. Integumented megasporangium, focus is there, right? Integumented megasporangium is ovule. Ovule are born on megasporophylls, which may be clustered to form the female cones. May be clustered because in Cycas it's absent. The megaspore mother cell divides meiotically to form 4 megaspores. One of the megaspore enclosed within the megasporangium develops into a multicellular female gametophyte that bears 2 or more archegonia, or the female sex organ is known as the archegonia, and it's present in the female gametophyte. Okay, so sex organs are always present in the gametophytic stage. We have seen it in Brio also, Pterido also, and now Gymno also. Unlike Brio and Pterido, the multicellular female gametophyte multicellular female gametophyte is also written with the megasporangium. Okay. Okay. One of the megaspores develops into a multicellular female gametophyte, and a multicellular female gametophyte is retained within the megasporangium. Okay. Unlike Brio and Pterido and Gymno, the male and female gametophyte do not have an independent free living existence. So you saw that in Brio, in Brio the gametophyte was the main dominant stage. In Pterido, the gametophyte was prothallus, which was free living, mostly photosynthetic thalloid gametophyte. But in Gymno and Angio, they do not have an independent free existence, gametophyte. They remain within the sporangia, retain on the sporophyte. The pollen grain is released from the microsporangium. Okay, they are carried on an air current and come out of the opening of the ovule, which is the micropyle, born on the megasporophylls. Pollen tube carrying the male gamete grow towards the archegonia in the ovule and discharge or continue in the mouth of the archegonia. Archegonia is here, female sex organ. Okay, following fertilization, zygote develop into an embryo and the ovule and the seed. These seeds are not covered. They're considered in gymnosperms, which is naked seed. This is living fossil Cycas. Cycas is unisexual. Okay, like dioecious. And Pinus is bisexual, which is monoecious. Okay, and this is ginkgo biloba. Angiosperm ka to you need not study much, only the highlighted. The dicot are characterized by having two cotyledon and reticular venation होती है dicot में. Trimerous or pentamerous flowers, that is having 4 or 5 members in each wall. Monocot characterized by single cotyledon and parallel venation. Trimerous flowers. Okay. Male sex organ in a flower is the stamen. Each stamen consists of a mother cell divided by. Okay. Generally, each ovule has a megaspore that form 4 haploid spores. Okay. Fine. All sporophytic generation. Many a times this diagram comes, so you can just have a look over here. Sporophytic is 2n. Gametophytic is n. Okay. Sporophyte, stigma, style ovaries, carpel या pistil, anther, filament is for stamen, this is for carpel pistil, megaspore, mother is microsporangium, microspore, pollen ring, male gametophyte, gametes, eggs, zygote, embryo. Fine. Now this is omitted from the new NCERT if I'm not wrong. Alternation of generation is omitted. Still, we will see the highlighted point. Fucus is diplontic green algae fucus. Haplodiplontic Bryontherida interestingly exhibit haplodiplontic multicellular has a different dominant phase. Dominant independent photosynthesis phase represented by haploid gametophyte and outer with a shorter lived. Okay, totally. Bryophyte represent this pattern of haplontic life cycle. Diploid sporophyte is represented dominant so independent but shortly haploid. Such a pattern is known as haplodiplontic or pteridophytes. Okay, this is not haplontic or diplontic. This is haplodiplontic. This is also haplodiplontic, but the dominant phase is different. Dominant is gametophyte in bryophyte, and in pteridophyte the sporophyte is the dominant phase. This is haplodiplontic. Algae are haplontic, most of them, but Ectocarpus polysporia kelp and haplodiplontic. Fucus is a diplontic. Fucus is diplontic. Ectocarpus polysporia kelps are haplodiplontic. See, I was telling you over here only. I had written it. So all, like, the whole of the NCERT is connected. You cannot neglect anything. The common form are Ectocarpus. Okay, so we are completed with plant kingdom as well. Now let's quickly jump into animal kingdom. So I'll be just quickly briefing you all with all the points of NCERT, and yeah, let's begin. I hope it's so. It's like not important. Basis of classification. Okay, so what is the basis of classification? Arrangement of cell, body symmetry, nature of coelom, pattern of digestive circulatory or reproductive system. Okay, level of organizations. Though all members are multicellular, all of them do not exhibit the same pattern of organization. Some example, sponges have loose cellularity grades. They exhibit cellular level of organization for sponges. Some division of labor occur among the cells. So very important line that some division of labor occurs in cellular level of organization. Okay, division of labor is present. In ciliates, the image is more complex, tissue level, and at still high level of organ level is present by the member of platyhelminthes, very important. And after platyhelminthes, everybody has organ system level of organization. Phyla are together. Okay, annelid, arthropod, mollusks, echinodermata, organs have associated a form function system. Each system controls physical specific physiological function called organ system. Okay, for example, in platyhelminthes, very important, although platyhelminth exhibits organ level of organization, but here NCERT is saying the digestive system, so we'll consider it only that way, has only a single opening to the outside of the body that serves as both mouth and anus. Very important line. Only a single opening, and is also called incomplete. Okay, a complete is two openings, mouth and anus. Similarly, the circulatory may be of two type, open and closed. Open is present in arthropod, mollusks, echinodermata, hemichordata, open, and annelids, chordates, and cephalopod mollusks is an exception, and urochordates are exceptions for chordata. So they have closed. Okay, except urochordates, which means that urochordates are placed in open type of circulatory system. Okay, so symmetry, mostly asymmetrical. Sponges are mostly asymmetrical. Why? Mostly because there is a radially symmetrical sponge, if I'm not wrong, and that sponge is cycon. Cycon is radially symmetrical. And mostly asymmetrical. Plane do not divide into equal half. When any plane passing through central axis into radial symmetry is present in ciliate ctenophore. Okay, so platyhelminths has asymmetrical. Ciliate and ctenophora has radial symmetry, and adult echinoderms have radial symmetry. Larval echinoderms have bilateral symmetry. Okay, I have this plan. The body can be identical. Only one plane exhibit bilateral symmetry. Echinoderm's larvae is bilaterally symmetrical, which means that platy is asymmetrical. Platyhelminthes, coelenterate, ctenophora are radially symmetrical. And after that, everybody is bilaterally symmetrical except for the echinoderms adult, because echinoderms adult are radially symmetrical. This was a question in NEET 2023 or 4. I don't remember that which has bilateral symmetry. And in that the bilateral symmetry was given for larva of echinoderm. Okay, so diploblastic and triploblastic organization, endo, ectoderm and diploblastic. So the layer to last develop is mesoderm. Mesoglia is present in acylomate diploblastic animals, and mesoderm is present in triploblastic animals. Okay, and this is radially symmetrical, this is bilaterally symmetrical, and this is the diplo and triploblastic. Okay, so undifferentiated layer called mesoglia is present in between the ecto and the endoderm in diploblastic organisms. Okay, the animals in which the embryo has a third germinal layer, mesoderm, in between the ecto and the endo are called triploblastic, platy to chordates. Okay, now this is the diagram for coelom. So this is a body cavity. So this is coelomate, this is pseudocoelomate, patches may present there, and this is acoelomate without any cavity. So platyhelminths, Porifera, coelenterata, ctenophora, platyhelminths. Till that it's acoelomate. Ascahelminths is pseudocoelomate, and after that everybody is coelomate. So only for triploblastic animals we will consider coelom. Diploblastic though they are just so ignore them. Coelom is not concerned with diploblastic organisms. So this is coelomate, this is pseudo, and this is acoelomate. Okay, you can read it, nothing much is given. Segmentation, serial repetition of at least some organs. For example, in earthworm, the body shows the pattern called metameric segmentation, and the phenomenon is known as metamerism. So earthworm belongs to Annelida. So metamerism is shown by annelids and arthropods and chordates. Metamerism is shown. Pseudo is shown by platyhelminths, that is out of NCERT. Now notochord is a mesodermally derived, very important line, mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side, not ventral, during embryonic development. In some animals with notochord are called chordates, which we are, and those we do not have are called non-chordates. Porifera to echinoderms and also hemichordata do not have a notochord. So a notochord is dorsal, mesodermal, rod-like, solid. Okay, classification of animal, fundamental feature mentioned in the preceding sections. Okay, classification is here the table is given for classification. Echinoderm exhibits radial or bilateral depending on the stage. Very important, radial is in adult and bilateral is in larvae. Okay, now coming to each and every phylum. So I'll be covering it in very quick way. Okay, so that that you do not the video does not stretch too much, and you can revise it in concise way. So members of the phylum are commonly known as sponges, generally marine, mostly asymmetrical. Cycon is an exception. It is radially symmetrical. They have primitive multicellular, high cellular level of organization. Water transport or canal system is present. Water vascular is present in Echinodermata. Water enters through the minor ostia into the central cavity spongiocele. It goes out to the osculum. The pathway transport is very helpful in getting choanocytes or colloidal line the spongiocele, and the canal. Okay, canal is also lined by choanocytes. Digestion is intra, it's not extra, and the body is supported by the spicules or spongin fibers. Sexes are not separate. Hermaphrodite or bisexual animals. Eggs and sperms are produced by the same individual, which is hermaphrodite. Sponges reproduce asexually by fragmentation and sexually by the formation of gametes. Fertilization is internal fertilization. Okay, and the development is indirect, having a larval stage which is morphologically distinct and not similar. Morphologically distinct from the adult. Phylum Porifera completed. This is what? Cycon or Scypha. This is Euspongia or bat sponge, and this is Spongilla or freshwater sponge. Okay, now moving to the examples. Here the examples are given in a written format. So you can see here that Cycon is Scypha, Spongilla is the freshwater sponge, and Euspongia is the bath sponge. Now quickly moving to the phylum, coelenterates or cnidarians also. They are aquatic, okay, mostly marine. They are also mostly marine, I guess. Generally marine, and this is mostly marine. Sessile or free swimming. Sessile is the polyform and free swimming is the medusae. Radially symmetrical, I said it already. The name cnidaria is derived from the cnidoblast or cnidocytes, which contain the stinging capsules or the nematocyst. So stinging capsule is the nematocyst. Present tentacle, cnidoblast are used for anchorage defense. Okay, cnidarians use tissue level of organization, diploblastic, central gastroblastic cavity with a single opening mouth on hypostome. Okay, digestion is extracellular. In that it was intracellular and intracellular. Okay, so they are not exclusively extra or intra, they are mixed, extra and intra. Some of the cnidarian, example, coral have a skeleton composed of calcium carbonate. Okay, corals have calcium carbonate skeleton, then corals are considered in phylum coelenterates. exhibit two basic polyp and medusae. The former is sessile, which is polyp is sessile and cylindrical, like Hydra and Adamsia. You can see here, this is polyform. And whereas later is umbrella shaped and free swimming like Aurelia or jellyfish. Those organisms which exist in both form exhibit alternation of generation, which is known as metagenesis and not metamorphosis. Very important, metagenesis. Polyp produce medusa asexually. PAM. Polyp produce medusa asexually. Okay, and medusa form polyp sexually. Obelia is an example, very good example. Physalia is Portuguese man of war. Adamsia sea anemone. Penatula is sea pen. Gorgonia is sea fan. And Meandrina is brain coral. And this is the diagram. This is the jellyfish, which is medusa form, and this is the Adamsia, which is polyform. And this is the diagrammatic view of the neuroblast cell, which is the stinging capsules. No, stinging capsule is nematocysts. Stinging cells, not wrong, is neuroblast or neurocytes. Now coming to the phylum Ctenophora, I'll be covering it very quick. So phylum Ctenophora is also known as comb jellies, and external fertilization is present and exclusively marine. They are not generally or mostly, they are exclusively marine. Okay, and external fertilization is present in them. Here I guess phylum Coelenterata it has not been given in NCERT, but in phylum Porifera it is internal. Okay, so yeah, we were continuing with the phylum Ctenophora. So they are exclusively marine. I said you, as they are not generally or mostly, they are exclusively marine. Radially symmetrical, diploblastic tissue level. Okay, so this is very peculiar feature of phylum Ctenophora, very important to remember. Body bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates which help in locomotion. Okay, not digestion, locomotion. Digestion is both extra and intra. Okay, and bioluminescence is the property of a living well marked in ctenophores. Very important, again, very peculiar feature of Ctenophora. And sexes are not separate, which is hermaphrodite, bisexual. Reproduction takes only bisexual, means asexual reproduction is absent in Ctenophora. Very important, only bisexual means fertilization is external with indirect development. Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. So this is pleurobrachia. Okay, this is pleurobrachia. Okay, now coming to Platyhelminthes. Okay, so phylum Platyhelminthes, dorsoventrally flattened body. Okay, platy, flatty. Okay, so they have dorsoventrally flattened body, hence are called flatworms. Mostly endo, found in animal, including human being. Flatworms are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, acoelomate. Okay, we already know. Organ level of organization, we already know. Hook and suckers are present in the parasitic form, obviously. Some of them are absorbed nutrient from the host directly to the body surface. Specialized cells called flame cells help in osmoregulation and excretion. So flame cells helps in osmoregulation and excretion both. Okay, sexes are not separate, which is hermaphrodite. Fertilization is internal. Here it was external, indirect. Here it is internal, and development is through many larval stages, which means that it is indirect development. Some members like Planaria possess high regeneration capacity. Taenia, which is the tapeworm, and Fasciola, which is the liver fluke. Okay, so this is the example. This is tapeworm and this is liver fluke. Now, getting to phylum Aschelminthes. So phylum Aschelminthes, the body of Aschelminthes is circular in cross section, named roundworms. Okay, it's circular, that is why it is also known as roundworms, and that is known as flatworms because dorso-ventrally flattened body. They may be free living. Okay, aquatic, terrestrial, or parasitic in plant and animal. Roundworms have organ system. Okay, we already know level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, pseudocoelomate. Very important, pseudocoelomate. Alimentary canal is complete with a well-developed muscular pharynx. Peculiar feature for Aschelminthes, muscular pharynx. An excretory tube removes the body waste from the body cavity through the excretory pores. Sexes are separate. They are not hermaphrodite. They are not bisexual. They are unisexual, dioecious. Male and female are distinct. Often female are longer than the males, and fertilization is internal, and development may be direct or indirect. Internal fertilization and development may be direct or indirect. Ascaris, which is the roundworm, Wuchereria bancrofti, which is filarial worm, causes filariasis, and Ancyclostoma, which is also known as hookworm. And here example is given. This is the female, which is longer, and this is the male, which is shorter. Okay. Now, phylum Annelida. Maybe aquatic, marine, okay, terrestrial, free living, okay, exhibit organ system, already know. Bilateral symmetrically, already know. Triploblastic, already know. Metamerically segmented, very important. Metameric segmentation is present in Annelida, Arthropoda, and Chordata. Coelomate animals. Okay, body surface distinctly marked out into segments. Okay, metamers, hence the phylum name Annelida, which is annulus, which means little ring. Latin origin, it is like Latin derived it is, so sometimes this is also asked, and this is like annulus, which is also known as little ring. Possess longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotion. Okay, aquatic annelids like Nereis possesses lateral appendages called parapodia. Very important. Aquatic annelids possesses parapodia, which is lateral appendages for obviously locomotion, helps in swimming. A closed circulatory system is present. We already know nephridia. Single is the nephridium and plural is the nephridia, helping osmoregulation and excretion. There it was flame cells, and here it is nephridia in case of annelida. Neural system consists of parent ganglia, very important. Single is ganglion. Sometimes plural and singular is also asked, so please keep in mind. And connected by lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. The ventral cord is double, it is ventral, okay, and connected by lateral nerves. Nereis is an aquatic form, okay, Nereis is an aquatic form, so it possesses parapodia, is dioecious, which is unisexual, but earthworm and leeches are monoecious, which is hermaphrodite. Reproduction is sexual. Nereis, which is the aquatic arthropod. Ferretima postuma is the scientific name for earthworm, and Hirudinaria is the blood-sucking leech. All are comprised in Annelida, phylum Annelida. So this is the Nereis and this is the Hirudinaria, which is the blood-sucking leech. Now phylum Arthropoda, the largest phylum of the animal kingdom. Phylum Arthropoda. So largest phylum, 2/3 of all animal, not 1/3, 2/3 of all animal. Organ system, bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate. Arthropod is covered by keratinous exoskeleton, we already know in cockroach. Body consists of head, thorax and abdomen. Joint appendages, arthros, which means joint, and poda, which is appendages. Respiratory organs are gill, book, lung or tracheal. Circulatory system is of open type, okay, open type circulatory system. Sensory organ like antennae, eyes, compound and simple eyes both. Statocyst, which is the balancing organ, are present. Excretion takes place with the Malpighian tubules. They are mostly dioecious, which is unisexual. Fertilization is usually internal, not always. They are mostly oviparous, not always. Development may be direct or indirect. Economically important are Apis, which is honeybee, Bombyx, which is silkworm, Laccifer, which is last insect. Vectors are Anopheles, Culex and Aedes mosquito. And the gregarious species Locusta, and living fossils is the Limulus and Peripatus also. This is Locusta, this is butterfly, this is scorpion, this is prawn. These are all included in Arthropoda. Now moving forward to phylum Mollusca, second largest animal phylum, terrestrial, aquatic, marine or freshwater, having an organ system, bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate. Already know, most of the points you already know. Body covered by calcareous shell, important. So unsegmented, segmentation is not present. Here metameric segmentation was present in Annelida, but here it is not. Okay, with distinct head, muscular foot and visceral hump, a soft spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over the visceral hump. Space between the hump and the mantle is called the mantle cavity. Further, like gills are present, they have respiratory and excretory functions. Gills. The anterior head region, anterior not the posterior, sensory tentacles. The mouth contains a file-like rasping organ for feeding called radula. Radula is a peculiar feature for phylum Mollusca. And this is Spila, which is the apple snail, and this is Octopus, which is the devilfish. Okay, here you can see. They are usually dioecious, which means they are unisexual. Dioecious is unisexual and monoecious is bisexual. And oviparous, usually dioecious, oviparous with indirect development. Usually. Pila, apple snail, pink tarda is the pearl oyster, sepia is the cuttlefish, loligo is the squid, octopus is the devilfish, aplysia is the sea hare, dentarium is the tusk shell, and Chiodoplura is the chiton. Now moving to Echinodermata, very important feature is water vascular system present in Echinodermata. These animals have an endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles and hence the name Echinodermata, spiny bodied. All are marine, exclusively marine. The Coelenterata, Ctenophora was exclusively marine and Echinodermata are exclusively marine. Organ system. Adult echinoderm are radially symmetrical, but larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. We already know triploblastic, coelomate, digestive is complete with mouth on the lower, which is the ventral side, and anus on the upper or the dorsal side. The most distinctive feature is the water vascular system, which help in the locomotion, capture, and transport of food and respiration. Excretory system is absent, very important. Excretory system is absent in Echinodermata because they are already present in water. Sexes are separate. Okay, we are unisexual. Dioecious, unisexual. Reproduction is sexual, okay. Fertilization is usually external. Development is indirect with free swimming larvae. Asterias, which is the starfish. Echinus is the sea urchin. Antedon is the sea lily. Cucumerias is the cucumber. And Ophiura is the brittle star. This is the figure, starfish, and Ophiura is the brittle star. Okay, phylum Hemichordata was earlier considered as subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is placed as a separate phylum under non-chordates. Okay, Hemichordate have a rudimentary structure in the collar region. It is present in the collar region called the stomochord. Okay, structure similar to notochord. Very peculiar feature for Hemichordata. Small group of worm-like marine animals. Very important. Small group of worm-like marine animal with organ system level of organization. They are bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate. Its body is cylindrical and is composed of an anterior, not posterior, anterior proboscis, collar and a long trunk, Circulatory is of open type, not closed. Respiration takes place through gills. Okay, excretory organ is proboscis gland, very important peculiar feature for hemichordata. Sexes are separate. Okay, fertilization is external and development is indirect. Melanoglossus and saccoglossus. So this is melanoglossus. This is the proboscis, collar, and trunk. Okay, phylum Chordata, which is the largest phylum. Sorry, not the largest phylum, is phylum Arthropoda. Well, it means the largest phylum for NCERT, like a lot of part is given for phylum Chordata. Animal belonging to chordata are fundamentally characterized of a notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and a paired pharyngeal gill slit. They are bilateral symmetrical triploblastic coelomate organ system, possess a post-anal tail and a closed circulatory system. We already know it. Comparison is there, not much to read. We already know everything, and most of the time this labeling is asked in examinations. So V comes at the end in the alphabetical order. So V will be on the outer side at the end, and notochord will be on the inner side. Okay, phylum Chordata is divided into 3 subphyla. Okay, subphyla. So kingdom, phylum, class. So these are not the classes, these are the subphylum between the phylum and the class. Subphyla Urochordata and Cephalochordata are often referred to as protochordates and are exclusively marine. Again, so Echinodermata, Ctenophora and protochordates, which contain cephalo and urochordate, are exclusively marine animals. In notochord is present only in the larval tail, because euro means tail. While in cephalo is the head portion. It extends from the head to tail region and is persistent throughout their life. Okay, notochord is persistent, which means that it is not replaced by vertebral column. Urochordata is Ascidia, Doliolum and Salpa, which is urochordate, and cephalo is the branchiostoma. Branchiostoma is cephalochordata, which is also known as amphioxus or landslide. This is Ascidia, which is the urochordata. Member of the vertebrata, subphylum Vertebrata. Okay, subphylum Urochordata, tunicates, also known as tunicates, cephalochordate and vertebrata. So vertebrata possess notochord during the embryonic period. Notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. All vertebrates are chordates. Very important line. All vertebrates are chordate, but all chordates are not vertebrates, because there are chordates which do not have vertebral column. Okay, now vertebrates have a ventromuscular heart with 2, 3, 4 chambers. Okay, kidney for excretion and osmoregulation, and paired appendages for maybe limbs or fins. Okay, now okay, so this is the subphylum Vertebrata. Is further divided as, okay, subphylum Vertebrata is divided into Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Agnatha is lax jaw, which is class Cyclostomata. So here the class Cyclostomata is given, and superclass Pisces and Tetrapoda. Gnathostomata has superclass Pisces and Tetrapoda. Pisces have fins and Tetrapoda has limb. Amphibian, reptiles, aves and mammals are considered in superclass Tetrapoda, and condrich thighs and ostrich thighs are considered in superclass Pisces. Okay, class Cyclostomata is under Agnatha. Okay, all the member of the are ectoparasites. They have an elongated body, 6 to 15 pair of gill slits, circular mouth without jaws. Okay, their cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Circulation is closed. Cyclostomes are marine but migrate for spawning to fresh water, which is known as anadromous migration. Okay, Petromyzon, which is lamprey, and Myzon, which is the hagfish. So this is the jawless vertebrate Petromyzon, which is in the class Cyclostomata, which is under Agnatha, which is the lax jaws. Now class Condrich thighs, which is under the superclass Pisces. Marine animals, streamlined body, cartilaginous endoskeleton. Condrich thighs is obviously cartilaginous endoskeleton. Mouth is located ventrally. Okay, notochord is persistent throughout the life, which is not replaced by a vertebral column, exception, which is these are under vertebrata, but they do not have a vertebral column. Gill slits are separate without operculum. Skin is tough, containing minor placoid scale is present in Condrich thighs. Okay. Teeth are modified placoid, which are backwardly directed. Okay, very powerful animals are predaceous. Due to the absence of air bladder, they have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. So example of cartilaginous fishes is the Scorodon, and Pristis is the sawfish, and Scorodon is the dogfish. Okay, very important. Now, heart is of 2-chambered, auricle, ventricle, electric organ, torpedo. See, E is coming, so electric organ, and some possess poison sting, which is trigon. Okay, sting में GREA, and so trigon. They are cold-blooded, obviously poikilothermos. They lack the capacity to regulate body temperature. Sexes are separate. Male pelvic fin bear claspers, very important peculiar feature of Condrich thighs. Male pelvic fin bear claspers. They have internal fertilization, and many of them are viviparous. Ostrich thighs are oviparous. O for ostrich thighs and O for oviparous, and these are viviparous. Scoliodon dogfish, Pristis sawfish, Carcharodon great white shark, and Trigon is the stingray. Now, class ostrich thighs. It includes both marine and freshwater with bony endoskeleton. Obviously, ostrich thighs have the bony endoskeleton. Streamlined, mostly the bounce is terminal. There it was ventral. They have 4 pair of gill covered by an operculum. Okay, they were without operculum. And skin is covered by cycloretinoid scales. They had placoid scales. Air bladder is present. There it was absent, which regulates buoyancy. Heart is 2-chambered. They are cold-blooded. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is usually external. Okay, mostly oviparous, and development is direct. Mostly oviparous, development is direct. Okay, so marine form has exoceros, which is flying fish, hippocampus, seahorse. Freshwater is the labia, which is rohu, katla, and clarius, which is magur. And aquarium has betta and pterophyllum. Betta, which is the fighting fish, betta, which is the fighting fish, and pterophyllum is the angelfish. Example is hippocampus and katla. Okay, now class amphibia, head and trunk, tail may be present, have a skin without scales, moist skin, eye have eyelid, tympanum represents the air, alimentary canal, urinary and reproductive tract open into a common chamber called cloaca. Cloaca is a very peculiar feature for amphibian, and which open to the exterior. Respiration is by gill, lung, through skin. The heart is 3-chambered. It was 2-chambered over there. 2 auricle and 1 ventricle. So A comes first. So first this one. So auricle will be 2 and then ventricle. So cold-blooded, sexes are separate. Fertilization is external. Oviparous, and development is indirect through larval stages. Bufo is the toad. Rana is the frog. Hyla is the tree frog. Salamander is the salamander. Ichthyop is limbless amphibia. Important, limbless amphibia. This is salamander, and this is the Rana tigrina, which is the frog. Okay, we already know it. Now, this is class reptilia. Not much to study. Locomotion. Okay, so this is Latin origin. Rapier or reptum, which means to creep or crawl. Dry skin, cornified, epidermal scales or scutes. They do not have external ear opening. Okay, tympanum represents the ear as an amphibia. Limbs when present are 2 pair. Heart is usually 3-chambered, but 4-chambered in case of crocodile. Exception is there, very important. They are cold-blooded. Snake and lizard shed skin. Skin cast. Sexes are separate. Okay, fertilization is internal. Oviparous, development is direct. Okay, cheater. So Chiloni is turtle. I remember like that. Cheater. So Chiloni is turtle. Testudo is the tortoise. So remaining will be tortoise. Turtle and tortoise are really confusing. Chameleon is the tree lizard. Calotes is the garden lizard. Crocodilus is crocodile. Alligator is alligator. Hemidactylus is the wall lizard. Poisonous snake is the naja, which is the cobra. And Bangarus cryat, and vipera, which is the viper. These are poisonous snake. And these are the chameleon, crocodile, Chiloni, Kilone, whatever you say it. So cheater I remember. So turtle. This is, and naja is the poisonous snake. Now moving to class aves. Aves characteristic feature, presence of feather. Most of them can fly, except flightless birds are there, which is ostrich. They possess, like ostrich has the single egg, which is the largest egg, like single, if I'm not wrong, the largest cell is sort of an ostrich. Okay, so ostrich is a flightless bird. They possess beak. Forelimbs are modified into wings, not hind limbs. The hind limbs generally have scales and are modified for walking, swimming, or clasping tree branches. Skeleton is dry without gland, except the gland at the base of the tail, very important. Endoskeleton is fully ossified. Long bone are hollow with air cavity, which is pneumatic, like a peculiar feature for apes. Digestive tract has additional chamber, crop and gizzard, very important. Heart is completely 4-chambered, warm-blooded, which is like homotherbous animals. They are able to maintain a constant body temperature. Respiration is by lungs. Air sacs connected to the lungs supplement respiration. Air sacs supplement respiration. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. Oviparous. Development is direct. So we haven't seen larvae for birds, right? So they are direct development. This is Neophron, which is the vulture, I guess. Yeah. Struthio, which is the ostrich. Yeah, Psittacula is the parrot, and Pavo is the peacock. So Corvus is the crow, Columba is the pigeon, Psittacula parrot, Struthio is the ostrich, Pavo is the peacock, Aptenodytes is the penguin, and Neophron is the vulture. Okay, finally class Mammalia, found in a variety of habitats. Okay, we already know that. Milk producing mammary gland is the peculiar feature. They have 2 pair limb adapted for walking, running, climbing, burrowing, swimming, or flying. The skin, okay, skin of mammals is unique in possessing hairs. Okay, very peculiar feature. External ear or pinnae are present. We have external ear or pinnae. Different type of teeth are present in the jaws. Heart is 4-chambered. They are homeothermous. They are not poikiro. They are not cold-blooded. They are warm-blooded. Respiration is by lungs. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. And viviparous with few exceptions. And development is direct. Viviparous with few exceptions because there are egg-laying mammals, also echidna and platypus. So oviparous is ornithorhynchus, which is platypus, and viviparous is macropus, which is kangaroo. Pteropus is the flying fox. Camellius, which is the camel. Macaca is the monkey. Ratus is the rat. Canis is the dog. Felis is the cat. Elephas is the elephant. Equus is the horse. The Delphinus is the common dolphin. Balænoptera is the blue whale, which is not Pisces. Blue whale is mammal. Panthera tigris, Panthera leo. Okay, salient features is given, so we already know this, so nothing new to remember. And here is the example: Ornithorhynchus, which is the platypus, this is the Macropus, which is the kangaroo, and this is the Pteropus, which is the flying fox, and this is the Balænoptera, which is the mammal, which is the blue whale. Okay, now just we'll read the summary and end this video. And if you found this video helpful, then do like my channel, like my video, share my video, subscribe to the channel and share it with all your friends. Like really it motivates me a lot. And if this is helpful, then I'll also bring further videos complete like taking up different units. Okay, so the next unit, if I'm not wrong, is unit 2, which is the structural organization. So I'll be taking all these 3 chapters in one video like this only. So if you want that, then you can just comment me. Okay, so summary, nothing much to read. The body of the covered with externals. Okay, chitin is present in that arthropoda. Okay, mollusks have calcareous shell, and Echinodermata have calcareous endoskeleton. Agnatha is represented by the class Cyclostomata. We already know that, and nothing much to read in summary. If it had been, then I would have underlined it. And now that there is exercise. So I hope that you found this video helpful. And yeah, it's like an achievement for me that I completed the video. So obviously not in one go, in parts, but yeah, it take a lot of effort for that. So please subscribe to my channel and like the video and share the video. So meet you all in the next video. Till then, keep hustling hard, keep studying hard, and okay then, meet you then.